My name is Ekaterina Koposova, and I'm a third-year Ph.D. student in the history of art at Yale. Alongside 4 other Yale students, I helped curate the exhibition Thinking Small, Dutch Art to Scale, which is on view at the Yale University Art Gallery from February 17th to July 23rd, 2023. In this e-gallery talk, I'd like to introduce you to Willem van de Velde the Elder's Brederode of Vlieland, dated approximately 1645. This painting reflects the interest of 17th century Dutch artists in capturing the experience of large spaces on small surfaces. Consider this detail from van de Velde's painting. Some wondrous sight must have caught the attention of the 3 men. One of them points into the distance, eager to draw his companion's eyes to the object of his interest. A third man is so absorbed in contemplation, he pays no heed to his companions. What are they looking at? Like the other onlookers scattered on the beach, the 3 men are witnessing a historical event of significance to the painting's original viewers. On June 9, 1645, an enormous Dutch fleet, including 300 merchant vessels and an escort of warships, departed for Scandinavia. Their aim was to pressure the King of Denmark into dropping the excessive tolls he had levied on the Danish-Dutch trade. The massive flagship in the foreground of the painting, called the Brederode, represents the naval might that successfully compelled the king to concede. The artist, van de Velde, had personally witnessed the grand departure of the fleet and depicted it soon after. Brederode of Vlieland exemplifies an artistic technique called pen painting that van de Velde innovated. Using either a pen or a brush, the technique consisted of working delicate ink lines and washes onto a smooth, white ground. The painting itself is quite small, some 9 by 12 inches, and at a distance it looks like a drawing or an engraving. Only by looking closely can one discover its true nature. This is especially notable when one examines in detail the masts and sails, which are rendered with exquisite application of ink. However, if our experience of the Brederode of Vlieland is that of close scrutiny, the experience of the viewers inside the image is the opposite. We are looking closely at a small object. They strain to see into the distance, admiring huge ships from the shore. In their enthusiasm, some men have even gotten into a boat to get a closer look at the action before them. What unites our viewing experience with that of van de Velde's onlookers is the intense attention we pay to the scene before us. Why does the departure of a fleet warrant such attention, both theirs and ours? It symbolizes the power of the Dutch Navy, which sustained the country's maritime trade and revolutionary political project. As a republic surrounded by belligerent absolute monarchies, the Netherlands used its superior naval might to protect its borders as well as assail other countries. Van de Velde went on to paint many more elaborate and larger-scale pen paintings of sea battles like the Battle of Ter Heide in 1657. This image is over 60 times larger than the Brederode of Vlieland, and its representation of naval warfare is explicit. The foreground highlights the plight of sailors forced to abandon their sinking ships. In the early work, the Brederode embodies the twin pursuits of peace and prosperity that were central to the formation and maintenance of the Dutch Republic. The violence of those pursuits, needless to say, is left out of the picture. On its small surface, the Brederode of Vlieland captures an ambitious political program. The meticulous detail of the work invites the viewer to think small about an event of great significance.